Ever wonder why your dieting and healthy habits might actually be leading to weight gain instead of weight loss? With over 30,000 different diets out there, it's hard to know what diet is the right one to help you reach your goals in terms of losing fat, building muscle, and transforming your body. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I was almost 200 pounds, then I got down to 90 pounds before I started my bodybuilding journey. I tried every diet out there. I was keto, carnivore, vegan, raw vegan. I've done fasting. There were actually certain dieting and healthy habits that I did that actually led to weight gain instead of weight loss. And I see a lot of these trends with many of the clients that I work with today. Grab your pen and paper because we are going to be exposing today how some of those popular diet choices and even low-fat foods can actually backfire, leading to belly fat, cravings, and even a sluggish metabolism. If you don't know me, I'm Elizabeth with Elizabeth Ayler Fitness. I have my 4-year degree in kinesiology, CSCS, and I'm a holistic nutritionist and a GAPS practitioner. And I help women over 40 build muscle, lose fat, restore their gut and hormone health, all while eating more food and getting sustainable results. The first habit is choosing low fat or even these like gluten-free healthy diet foods. When we go on a diet, we often tend to go towards foods labeled as gluten-free. We look for labels that say like no added sugar, keto, vegan, vegetarian, you name it. Many of these products labeled as low fat or even keto or gluten-free are often high in added sugars, artificial ingredients, or even sugar alcohols. And these can actually lead to increased caloric intake and weight gain. When I was over 180 pounds, I started my fat loss journey and I did not know what to eat. I was so overwhelmed with all the recipes, so I went more towards these like low fat and sugar-free options. And what I noticed is that when you are cutting fat and sugar from these diet foods, they add so much of these artificial sweeteners, the sugar alcohols. They were causing me so much gas. The artificial sweeteners actually do affect your insulin response, and actually I was starting to crave more of these. I was overrun by cravings all the time and I couldn't stop thinking about food, and even some sweeteners can negatively impact your gut microbiome. So not only did I have chronic cravings all the time, I felt bloated. I felt like I had gas. My pants were fitting tight. The scale was going up. There's just so much misleading health perceptions out there, especially with food labels. My rule of thumb is always check the ingredient labels, and if you don't know what it is, don't put it in your body. And just because it's labeled as low fat or sugar-free or healthy doesn't mean that it's the right thing for your body. The second habit is going to be crazy calorie cutting. So when we go on a diet, a lot of us think, okay, I'm not counting my calories before, I'm just gonna drop down to a 1,200, 1,000 calorie diet. We start losing weight and we're like, yes. But here's the deal. When we start adopting a low-calorie diet, then on top of that, we're doing fasting. Then on top of that, we're choosing foods that are like low-fat, full of sugar alcohols. What happens is we could actually develop nutrient deficiencies from this extreme calorie reduction, and that could lead to a lack of essential nutrients in our body. You may feel low energy, run down. Also, severe calorie restriction can lower your thyroid levels, and remember, your thyroid runs your metabolism. That's a big trend I've been seeing recently is a lot of clients in their 30s and 40s are coming to me. They have hypothyroidism, they have gut issues, they're gaining weight. There is a tie between all of it, and they come from a past of low-calorie diets, extreme diets, tons of intermittent fasting, tons of cardio. And then another reason why this habit may be leading to weight gain is because it leads to an unhealthy relationship with food. If we're cutting our food and we're telling ourselves we can't have these foods, it's gonna actually make you want it more. And at the same time, I believe in a balance. And two more reasons why this habit may be leading to weight gain instead of weight loss is the psychological impact. So when we tend to lower calories and we start restricting our food, we start getting to this mindset of, I can't have this. And I truly believe that balance is essential to have sustainable results when it comes to fat loss. There's no good and bad foods. We want to get carbs, fat, and protein, a good diversity of fruits and vegetables in our diet. And that's going to give you all the vitamins, the minerals, the probiotics to make the postbiotics. So our whole body, it's just about really nourishing it from the inside out without saying, oh my God, I can't have this food, or I have to be keto, or I have to be this diet. I was so dogmatic about my diet for so long. Like I said, I was keto, carnivore, vegan, raw vegan, fruitarian. I did it all. And when I felt my best self, I was none of those. Where I am today is I am a balance of everything. Everything I learned, I created my own diet for my metabolism, and I do the same thing for each and every one of my clients. I customize it to them. Little side note too, with excessive calorie restriction, our body's metabolism does adapt to it. So you may be asking yourself, why did I used to feel so good and be losing weight on that 1,200 calories, and why am I no longer able to lose it? It's because everybody's body is different. After a certain amount of weeks on a deficit, your metabolism adapts to that, and that becomes your new maintenance. So if you start off at 1,200, your body adapts to it, you're gonna keep going lower and lower. If you keep going lower and lower, it may not be sustainable. And that's where I do reverse dieting with my clients. So the second habit is going to be excessive calorie restriction and cutting out certain foods. It's about finding that balance, getting all of our nutrients in, and more of taking a nutrition approach to fat loss. The third habit is relying on protein bars and shakes for every meal. Yes, you think, hey, if I want to transform my body, I want to get plenty of protein in my diet. Like I said, it says healthy. The shakes are going to give my body all of the amino acids, but it's all about nutritional balance. While convenient bars and shakes often could be easy for you to grab if you have a busy schedule, and they're great for really bridging the gaps in our diet, they often lack the variety and nutrients found in whole foods, and they don't provide our body with that fiber, which really impacts our gut health and satiety. And our gut health, guys, our gut health, our thyroid, our metabolism, all of that is in sync. And overconsumption of these bars and these meal replacement shakes, they do two different things, okay? Number one, with the shakes, there's no fiber in it, like I said. So overall, that can lead to a lowered metabolism because of the thermogenic effect of food. The energy to break down that fiber is not there. Also, a lot of these bars are very high in added sugars, which actually spike your blood sugar levels and cause these kind of ups and crashes throughout the day, leading to more hunger, more cravings. Have you ever noticed you have a shake, 30 minutes later, you are hungry again, or you have a bar, you start craving it more, or you're making all these protein ice creams every night, you can't wait for it and your cravings are through the roof. It's really because of that sugar content, the thermogenic effect of food, and it really does affect our body composition as well and our metabolism. And I'm not saying that having a shake or a bar is bad for us, but when I do protein powders, I actually add it into a smoothie or a food. Before we go into my next tip, I have a big announcement for you. So January 1st officially starts my next 90-day transformation challenge. I teach my clients everything that they need to know to build muscle, lose fat, restore their gut and hormone health, all while eating more food and getting sustainable results when it comes to fat loss. If you tried every diet out there, you're on 1,200 calories, you feel like you're retaining water, storing fat, you're not sleeping good, you have chronic cravings, and you are actually more stressed out about what to do with your diet, your training, and you're just not feeling confident in your clothes, and you don't know where to go from here, I want you to head to the description below and fill out my questionnaire. January launches my next 90-day transformation challenge, and I am looking for 5 busy individuals looking to not just transform their body, but transform their mind, their gut, so that in 12 weeks, they know everything that they need to know to leave me, have sustainable results, and go into age stronger and sexier. I say that because a majority of the women that I work with are over 40, perimenopause, post-menopause, or hysterectomy. So my motto is stronger and sexier with age. If you're ready to transform your body, head over to my description below. I've helped over 800 women in the last few years, and I would love to help you as well. I'm back at you with my biggest game changer tip for you. And this habit is actually going to be skipping meals. And this is what happens. I was this person. A lot of my clients come to me like this. Like I said, we do the fasting. We try to do less meals throughout the day. We're going for our autophagy. We start skipping breakfast and we push our food towards the end of the day. And then at night, we're eating all of this food and it's sitting in our stomach. By skipping meals, this actually increases our caloric intake later in the day. And I want to explain a little bit about it. So when we wake up in the morning, our cortisol levels are at their peak. And what's really important is to consume a good protein, fat, to help stabilize our blood sugar levels and keep us satiated and work towards our metabolism. By regularly skipping meals, especially at breakfast, it could actually lead to increased hunger throughout the day and then overeating later in the day. And this pattern, it really does disrupt your metabolic balance and contribute to weight gain. And also, I feel like it puts an unhealthy relationship on food too. I know that I used to be that person that I would train fasted, then I would come home, I'd be like, okay, let's get our water in. I'm gonna wait till 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, I'll have my meal 1. Then I'm gonna have mine at night. And then it was like 7 o'clock at night. I was eating, trying to get in my calories for the day to make sure I was hitting all my macros. So I was eating like 1,000 calories that night, feeling so bloated and run down the next day. I had cravings throughout the day. I always felt like I was under recovered. I always felt like I was low energy and not my best self. My 4th habit is going to be, instead of skipping meals, really try to get that meal first thing in the morning, a good healthy protein and fat. Check out my breakfast smoothies on my YouTube channel. I take you guys through everything you need to know on how to build the perfect breakfast to balance your blood sugar levels, build muscle, lose fat,